Hello, my friends. Here we are again, another little YouTube episode. And today I feel very moved to talk about purpose because I hear many people talk about that they're want to know what their purpose is. And I wonder, do you know what your purpose is? And I also know that when you find something that really resonates deeply inside, that feels very fulfilling. If we're floundering out there trying to find out what our purpose is, even like, God, show me what is my purpose? Why am I here? I've done that, of course, too. It's part of the journey. And it can be a very uncomfortable stage to go through because there really is a lack of fulfillment. There's kind of an emptiness, like purposeless. Am I even here? And can you relate to that question? Um, and then we keep looking, maybe it's this or maybe it's that, and I'll try this and I'll try that. And little by little, again, I talk from my own experience, little by little, it felt like I was honing in on what really, really resonated with me. And then I would let that take me to the next, whatever level, to the next step, the next expression. And more, what I have experienced, because I've been going through the stages, I want to make a difference in the world. I want to help people. I want to help raise the frequencies, and you can probably relate to a lot of that. And I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I think it's beautiful and it's part of all the steps most of us need to take. So if you are here because you want to make a difference in the world, what kind of a difference would you want to make? You can ask yourself that question right now. If you are like, I want to make a difference, what what would you want to experience or create or see happening? Just take a moment and just see if anything shows up. And you can take some more time, of course, after this little recording and for the rest of your life, for that matter. And then there's the other one. I want to help raise the frequencies. What what does that mean? What does that look like? Or I want to help people with what? What do you want to help them with? I want to help heal the world. What kind of healing are you thinking about? So these are important questions that we ask ourselves and just really sense into, well, what is important about that, and how can I go about that? Am I going to be like Mother Teresa, who was just feeding and helping one starving child and being one after the other, and they just kept coming. It's like, would it ever end? Or help heal the world from what kind of healing would you like to see happening? Maybe it is that people don't get so sick from eating the wrong foods or something like that. So that there is, of course, something in there for all of us, and we really, really need to feel into what is it? What is it? And then again, like here in my own experience, I have just dropped deeper and deeper in. And the longing, because this very much relates to our deepest longing, where there's just and when we all take those steps down, one deeper, like if I have that, what would be the most important thing about that? What would that do for me? And if I have that, what is important about that? So there is a way to just go deeper and deeper and find what really, really resonates. And what seems to be happening for everybody is that we just want to be connected to the divine, to live, to experience peace and love and connection, presence, um, be an instrument for the divine, even though we don't know what that looks like. But we need to really honor what is it deep down that would give us a sense of resonance, of peace. There, when you hit something in there, it's like you can take a deep breath. It's like, oh, that is what I want. And it is deep and it's delicious. And I highly recommend to spend a lot of time there, not out there trying to figure out, should I do this? Shall I do that? Because you're still part of the division. You're looking out in the matrix, which is a total mess based on division and duality, um, disconnection. So of course we want to help heal that because we know something is not right about it. But I want to just say this about this urge to heal the world or to change the world or to make a difference. It is still our divided self. It's still the separate sense of self that thinks it can do something like that, thinks it can heal the split, if that makes sense. So we're basically trying to heal duality with duality. And as long as we are identified as separate from God, it's like, here's God. And then there's little me here. And little me here wants to change all the little me's out there. Because then I can feel peace, feel that I'm doing the right thing. Again, that's where we need to do our own exploration and find out. So we're separate from God, and in God, there is only peace and oneness, fulfillment. Lack of that cannot exist in oneness, in the whole, in the perfection of the divine. So we have to remove ourselves from it, which we do because we live as if we're separate from it. And then we think, okay, I'm going to change that. I can do something about that outside while we are totally disconnected from the divine. So there really is something very important about this. And it is many times it's not really what we want to hear because this separate sense of self may have a lot of gifts, have a lot of great ideas, inspiration, but as long as it is separate, we are working with separation. We're trying to improve separation or make separation look better. And it might look better. It's like, you can paint your prison cell and make it pretty inside. So it's nice to hang out in there. And that is what a lot of the healing that people are trying to do. And I want to make sure I'm not criticizing this by any means. I can totally relate to it. But I'm also sharing my experience where I am now and have been for a while, that at some point there is something that needs to change because you might really enjoy your prison cell because it's got all these beautiful aura colors and, there's crystals and whatever. But at a certain point, you'll still notice that something is not right. There's still something missing. And what is missing, of course, is that we connect back to the divine that we are. And we need to let go of this whole improvement project that we've been on and realize that it's kind of futile, Oneness can only be experienced in one place, and that is in the oneness that is already here. It's like if you want to get wet, go in the water. If you want to experience oneness, go into the oneness of your own being where you're not, or you have not separated yourself from it. So we have to come back here. And when we are here, then we are living our purpose. I'm not going to say it's always easy, because when we go here, we're not fully there, most of us. We still have a lot of these separate parts that are still engaged through our emotions, through our unhealed and unintegrated parts. So it's not just like, okay, I'm going to go there and everything will be groovy. I only wish, but there is still a lot of surrender that needs to happen. And one of the things that we also need to let go of or surrender is that separate sense of self that thinks it can do something to heal the world. I know you can do a lot of beautiful things may happen, and I would say keep doing them. But when we do them, when we are fully connected, we're actually not doing. We are being, and in the being, doing will happen because they are not separate, but we are doing it from a connected place. In my own journey, I've really had to trust this. I think that's the word. I would have to learn to trust it. And that has been a lot of the surrender and is still ongoing. It's coming to a place where we start trusting that this oneness that we are, that knows what needs to be done, what needs to be brought back into the fold. So all these separate beings out there, the more I live as that, the more people are automatically touched by this, which is the same in each one of us. So it's not that I'm doing anything, although I'm doing something now, right? I'm doing a YouTube video, I'm working with clients, I'm growing my food, I'm doing all my life. But I'm not trying to make something specifically happen. I just move from within and I trust more and more and more. That's been a long journey with a lot of side roads, blind alleys. But this that I long for, that is to be fully merged with the divine that I already am. And when I'm there, I know that I don't need to worry about what I should do. It just happens. It just happens. Or it does not happen. Maybe there's times where nothing happens. And I have talked about that before too. It can be very challenging. And but that's as far as I experience it. That's when I feel that there's another layer of this separate sense of self that is being dissolved or melted back into oneness. So that little crust or that layer or that frozen droplet, right? It melts back in. And then there's like a sense of, oh, deep relief, deep relief. And then there's a deeper sense of resting inside, knowing that this is what I'm here for. So it doesn't really matter what we do, although we can do a lot of things and hopefully things that are really enjoyable. That's why I do my YouTube here, because I really enjoy it, believe it or not. I don't know why. I just have fun with it. And then I just feel like as long as I stay connected with that deepest, deepest longing, then I feel that I'm actually responding to the divine calling. And by the way, that's why I started my monthly group called Feel Your Deepest Longing, Find Your Divine Calling, or find your spiritual calling. They're so connected in my experience. And you're welcome to join that. I will put the link in the description below. And it's just a practice. I know this message is not for everybody because some people really want to go out there and make a difference. Do it. Enjoy it. Literally, please enjoy it. Why not? But if you've come to a place where you just keep, hitting your head against the wall and you just don't feel something's not right, or you don't know why you're here, what you should do, take some time to really let yourself go to the deepest, deepest part of your longing. And then stay there, or at least stay there. Come back many, many times a day. So you can, it's like dipping in and it's like if you dip yourself into a paint or something, let this paint color of your longing just color everything about you. So when you walk away and do your thing in life, you still have that flavor on you. And then you go back and back and back again. I don't know for how long, but every time you do, you connect deeper, you open up more, and more of this separate sense of self can start dissolving. So please join me if you feel if you resonate with this. Join me on the next Tuesday, which is the first Tuesday in January. And and if you need help with this, please reach out. This is what I love to do, helping people connect back in and learn to trust it. There is nothing sweeter. So I wish you all a beautiful day, and I will see you again soon.